people visit us, they get to meet our ambassador wolves, Atka, Zephyr, and Alewa, who do a really wonderful job of really forging a connection between our visitors and the wolf and kind of opening the door to understanding what wolves are. But they don't really get an opportunity to behold the Mexican wolves and red wolves in that same way.
When I started long ago, there was only 3 wolves here, 1 enclosure, and now we have currently 25 wolves. We've had up to 35 wolves here. We have a full staff. It's amazing how much this place has grown in a short amount of time.
The Wolf Conservation Center, we started participating with the species survival plan of the Mexican gray wolf. Was in 2003.
When we first joined the Mexican wolf program, I had the privilege of being sent to Ladder Ranch in New Mexico to observe their enclosures and their methods of capturing, and even was able to participate in an actual release of some Mexican wolves. It was a dream that we would one day be doing the same thing.
Shortly after my joining the center, we got news that our first wolves were being chosen to be released into the wild, and that was really the most exciting thing. I still daydream about what it must have been like for these wolves for the first time to have no fence lines around, no people, but just a vast wilderness for them to explore. Just something that still gives me goosebumps every time I think about this pack. I remember getting a call from U.S. Fish and Wildlife 2 weeks after she was released, and they confirmed that this pack had taken down their first adult elk. And I'm thinking, gosh, you know, they've never even seen a live deer, let alone an elk.
Most of our wolves here at the Wolf Conservation Center are actually off exhibit. When people get to visit us, they get to see photos and videos and learn about them, but they don't actually get to see them. We treat them as wild as possible. We give them whole carcass feedings.
How do you acquire the deer?
It's primarily roadkill.
We do this with our Mexican wolves in hopes that some of them will be released into the wild. Now we're heading into the part that's off limits to the public. We're going through the first gate and the second gate, and then all these wolves are going to be Mexican wolves. Their enclosures up there are approximately 1 acre in size. They are surrounded by protected land, so they really don't get any of the influences of human behavior or human noise.
Wolves that are released, the candidates are chosen based on 3 criteria. First of all, behavior. You want them to have natural, elusive, shy behavior.
A good candidate will be elusive and want absolutely nothing to do with people. So the wolves here at the center are given the best opportunity to be that type of wolf because they are kept off exhibit, away from our visitors and away from the staff even.
In 2008, we welcomed our very first litter of Mexican wolf pups born here at the center. It was on Earth Day, April 22nd, and we took a number of photos. It was their 2-month checkup. It was the same time that they got assigned their alphanumeric names, and a lot of us actually got to get our hands on these little pups that are now these large, beautiful predators that are just up there in the forest.
It's a group of 7. It's 3 boys and 3 girls, and mom still lives with them. And we're really hoping that this particular group of wolves, because they were born in our facility and have remained off exhibit their whole life, will one day make it to the wild. So as you can see, our enclosures here are very big, very quiet, very private. This enclosure is about 1 acre in size. So these wolves truly have as wild of an experience in captivity as they can have.
They've never seen our public. They've always lived off exhibit. They've always eaten roadkill deer, so appropriate food. And their behavior is just perfect. They're very elusive, very shy. We rarely see them except on webcam.
We do have the benefit of a few wonderful webcams that are great for education as well as husbandry. I rely on these webcams heavily to be able to just monitor them and watch their behaviors. If we have wolves that are arguing, I have a better glimpse into their world without necessarily physically being in their world.
Last year we had a wolf who we saw them get romantic on the webcam. We saw her grow monstrous and then have pups.
It was very obvious she was pregnant. I mean, she was like this walking Well, the poor thing, it was awful. And thanks to the webcams, we were able to actually observe her behavior, and based on her panting and what she was doing, I knew that she was going to go that particular night. And then we came and checked, and there was pups the next morning.
She probably has no idea the fan base that she has because of these webcams. Everyone was talking about F749, and here she was, just a wolf in the woods, thinking that she was just doing what she's supposed to do. Once people come here and they learn about what we're doing, I think they realize they're a part of something much bigger than just some establishment to visit some animals. By keeping these animals off exhibit, by safeguarding their natural wild behavior, we're really giving them an opportunity to be prepared for that wild future.
This will give them the best opportunity when they are released into the wild to have a successful life and live strong and live free and be the top predator that they are.